Hi, and welcome to Divine Callings. My name is Bay, and I wanted to come on and share a dream with the collective that I had a few days ago. It's been on me to bring this message forward because Spirit is telling me that others need to hear this because this message, it was just not mine alone. Um, After having this dream and getting the discernment of it, just kind of decoding it, um, I really feel like it is not my message, that it resonate with many out there, and the right ones will come across this. They will hear it, and for whatever it means to them, you'll know what it means to you. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it and share the dream that had came to me. I'm a person who keeps a dream journal. So um I do have a space where I write down as much as I can remember out of a dream. Now many times it's just fragments, but I have come to realize that I've noticed that the dreams that I can recall easily, or that I have more information and remembrance on, are those that are significant. And I feel like that's the reason I'm able to recall them or to remember a bit more in those type of dreams, is because Spirit is showing me something. They are actually messages and downloads that are coming to me, through my ancestors, the divine, my guides. Um, and yeah, and this is in this particular dream, I knew that, it was not mine alone. So I actually had this dream on December the 15th. Um, and I'm just going to read to you um, what I have written down, and I will, elaborate it as it comes forward. So it said, I had a very disturbing dream. It started out like me being home in the kitchen cooking, and I had came up with a bright idea to have a family dinner. I was thinking I was going to host it and, cook all the food myself, and we do this instead of celebrating the old traditional programming way. Um, but I don't recall what occasion it was that was coming up. It seemed like I was telling one of my sisters, well, a couple of my sisters. I won't say their name in this video. I was telling them something, and then the next thing I know, in the dream, me and those two sisters, um, and a person from my past, one of my exes, his wife, and my sisters and I, and seemed like my niece, and a couple of other people that I didn't know. We were in a room. So next thing, we started hearing voices from another room or coming up the hallway. It started out, I thought it was actually, the voice sounded like the rapper P Diddy, right? But you know how in dreams, it's like the energy of this person, but it wasn't P Diddy, but it ended up being my ex, right? And he was arguing with a lady, or at least the lady was arguing with him. She was accusing him of either killing or having her uncle killed, and he was neither. I mean, the uncle was either a pastor or a head of some high position in the church, and he was, and the ex, he was acting really nonchalant. He wasn't denying anything, and he was frankly like, yeah, I did, so what, and the lady, she had left, or he did something. I don't recall that. But the next thing, he walked in the room where we all were, and he sort of looked surprised, like he didn't know that we were back there in that room, but he played it off like he didn't care. But anyway, the one of the ladies, like I said, that was back there in the room with us was his wife. And she was on the verge of tears, frustration, and she was, enraged, and she was, she asked him, "So you mean to tell me you were behind my uncle and my dad's death, and for what?" She was questioning him, like, and for what? And for money? And he said something like that they were getting drugs from him, to raise money for the church, and that they owed him a lot of money. And so she asked about her cousin, about a cousin, and turned out he was behind her cousin's death too. And, she jumped up, she started hitting him in his chest, and saying a whole lot of things, and he grabbed her by her neck, and he broke her down to her knees. He just squares her neck, so she just broke down to her knees, and he shot her. And so let's see. Yeah, he shot her. And I was writing on a piece of paper, and something had said, leave a note, to leave a note naming this person, and say he got us. But by the time that he came back in the room, by the time that I was writing that note, he came in the room and he said, "All y'all get up and go to the room across the hall, like, all of y'all right now." And it's like I had read his mind, because like in that instinct, I knew to start writing this letter, try writing this letter to let somebody, whoever could find it, to let them know that this person got us, and that they killed us. Because the reasons I was like, it's like I read his mind, is because it was like he was planning to kill us before he had said that. And so I was stalling so that I could write on that paper. And I was writing, and I just crossed out the word "got," saying he got us, and then I wrote he killed us. So I hurried up and I put the paper under the bed that we were on. And so my sisters and some of the others that was in the room, they went in the other room so fast, they was like obeying everything he said. And me and my other sister, we was moving slowly. We was showing some resistance. We wouldn't just like just finna get up all willy-nilly. And so he said, "I'm gonna put a bullet in all y'all, and make it look like y'all did it yourselves." So as he was shoving them in the room, I was in the doorway. I was calling his name, and I said, no, wait. I said, let me at least call my mama and say goodbye. But, he wasn't trying to hear that. And I don't know what happened next, because the next scene in the dream, it was like we were back in that room, that we started in, And my sister and them, they were all passed out on the bed, except for me and the sister who was, showing some resistance. So like she was like on the floor beside the bed and the wall, me and her both. And it's like I woke up with the intentions to find a way to attack him. And so my sister, she was like, "I got this." Like she must have been thinking the same thing. And she said, "I got this. Use your fist and all the strength that you got." But before I can even alert the others or tell them that it's more of us than it is of him, we could do something, by that time my sister, she flew up, she stepped on the bed and just jumped across the bed and hit him with her two fists, like clasped together, like a move on the wrestling or something. She jumped off that bed and down on him with her two fists, and she knocked him to the ground. And so I was kicking and pressing his face to the ground with my foot. And I thought the others, that they was going to wake up and help us, but they didn't. But, in the dream, this guy, he was so strong, and he got up. And me and my sister, we were still fighting him. We were fighting him plumb out of the room that we was in, and on into the hallway, and then my sister jumped on his back, and I was still hitting him, and he flung her to the floor like she wasn't nothing, like. And I just kept hitting him, and I kept hitting him until, you know, he was backing back, and, you know, so he ended up backing back into the room. So then we was, you know, back in the room, and somehow he had tied me to a chair. And I was asking him questions, you know, because like I said, this was my ex, right? So I was asking him question about our so-called relationship, and I was, you know, asking him like to tell me the truth, you know, did he ever love me, or was it, you know, was it all a lie? You know, why was he being this way? You know, I was such in disbelief that he could be this evil. I mean, I knew he was evil. But not to this cold-blooded extent like this, you know. But he wouldn't talk to me, he wouldn't say anything. He had some blood coming from his face and blood on his clothes coming from his chest. So the next scene in the dream was outside on a concrete slab, and it seemed like the others were still laid out, like he was sitting down holding a gun. And in this dream, you know, in this scene of the dream, it's like I was looking into the scene, like I was standing up, and he was about to get started shooting us, you know. And I started screaming to the top of my lungs, saying, no, you. And I was cussing him, calling him a bastard. And I told him to look me in my face, and I said, look me in my face while I'm alive, and tell me, you know, tell me the fucking truth, you know. Don't make me go to my grave not knowing. And he said, fine, what you want to know. And then I woke up. Now I know that is saying a lot, you know, and you're probably like, what, you know, what is this about? What does this have to relate to me? So when I woke up, it's like my intuition was telling me that this dream is a sign of spiritual warfare, and that the truth is about to be revealed, or is already starting to come out. I also heard you let him go and moved on with your life, leaving well enough alone, but he's been trying to cause hell on you, trying to destroy you all this time, because, you know, you let him go, but he never let it go. He never let your situation go. He don't know why you still here, you know, haven't made it this far, because he's been working against you the whole time, and now he's really catching hell. All that shit is backfiring on him so bad that now he wants you dead. But I'm protected, and the traps that he set for me is going to be his demise. So, and while I was writing this, you know, something, you know, in my spirit, it was tells me that the dream with those, so that goes back to another dream that I was having with those witches trying to come and take my power. Like it was a sign. I have to tell you guys about that dream. Maybe I'll make a, you know, recording of that dream, and you can go back and listen. But it was like, though, it was a symbol of those witches trying to take my power, because work, it was a symbol of work he has done. He sent them out to do this, to do his dirty work, to unarm me of my power and my protection so that he could get to me. So that's that black magic and attacks us, so that his black magic and attacks would work. So in writing this, you know, I was like, I'm grateful for my spiritual team, the great cosmic mother, the most high mother and father, my beloved benevolent ancestor, angels and guides that are showing me this and protecting me and my family. And I also feel like there's are people involved helping him that I know, whom I've never expected to be involved. Like I would be totally surprised, because, you know, that dream, that other dream that I'm talking about, that with the witches, it was always a lady that looked so familiar to me, but I couldn't put my hands on her. I couldn't recall who it was. So it was letting me know that it's somebody that I know that I would least expect. And so here is where it ties in, the message ties. This stayed with me, and for days after having this dream, spirit had, you know, was just like it was putting on me to, this message got to get out because it's more than your message. It's more people need to hear it. And I was going to do a video on it, but things start, I was, got busy and tied up with, family and different things that I wasn't able to record the video. And so now I'm bringing this message forward because to tell you, the chosen, the one who needs to hear this message, that you are in a spiritual warfare. And this could be for a lot of you, this is going to be your ex, or this could be a family member that you no longer associate with, or a friend, or someone you no longer associate with, but at one time you did. And you've minding your business. Whatever had happened in that whole relationship dynamic between you and whoever this person is, it is something that you healed and you moved on from. You maybe forgave. You're not thinking about it no more. You're going on with your life. But this person, secretly behind the scene, they haven't moved on from it. Matter of fact, they've been causing hell. They've been trying to do things behind the scene to bring you down all alone. And for some of you, they've been trying to take you out. And they have been doing black magic and spell work. They have sent people in the dream state, in the spiritual realm, to try to come at you, to take away your power. They have sent people, somebody that they done use, somebody that somebody that have been in your circle that you may least expect. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, someone that you trusted, or someone you was acquainted with, but you would never think that they would be a part of it, or that they would even do something to you. This person have used this person to try to come in and gather information, to try to get in your energy, to find out something, and also to block you, to come at you. So because this person they can't get to you directly themselves, they have been sending and will probably continue to send someone to do the dirty work for them. It's spiritual warfare. They are trying to get you at all angles. But the good thing about this is that they haven't been able to disarm you. And this is just the season of them reaping what they sowed. It's time for them to pay their karmic debt. And this is just a season for all those things to be revealed, because you are moving up even higher. Your spiritual team has got you. You have done the work. You have grown. You have, healed. You've put in the work. You did what you need to do. And now you're glowing. You are moving even higher. And this person, that's why they can't understand, why are you still here? Why are you still standing? Why are you still elevating? And that makes them even more angry, and they're catching all that hell now. All those traps that they set up for you, they're now falling in those traps. All that work they did to go against you is all backfiring. And even the person that they sent to do the work for them, they catching hell also, because your spiritual team got you. You are divinely protected. You still have your power. You are very intuitive. Your spiritual gifts are on point. You are growing, and it's making them mad, and they're catching it. And there's nothing that they can do to escape this karmic debt, this this time in their life. They have to pay for what they have done. They've been getting away with it, or thinking they was getting away with it. So they just been trying all this time that you probably forgot all about it, or you no longer were thinking about it. But this person, they always held on to that. And like I said to some of you, for some of you, to the point it's so that they wanted to take you out. They want to take you out. They want you dead. And And so this is not to put you in fear, but this is just to say protect your energy at all time. And you're doing that because they came in, they sending these targets, they sending these witches in to try to unarm you, and it's not working because your spiritual team have equipped you. You are guarded and you are protected. You're doing the work. You already set those protection method in place, and you are just all around protected, and there's no harm that can come to you. They can keep trying, and they probably will until they can't try anymore and they finally give up because everything they're trying to do against you is falling back on them. So I wanted to bring this message forward, and if it resonate with you in any way, leave me a comment, share, you know, what this mean to you, and where you stand on this. And I'll be bringing I probably bring forth the other dream that tie into this, and stay tuned to the next time. I love you guys. Peace.